Howdy y'all, how's it going? How's it going? This is Daftstarboy back at it again with some more Jack and Daxter. I figured it's been a minute, might as well come back to it and pick up where we left off. If I recall correctly, we left off in the spider caves. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Gotta get reacclimated to all the controls again. Snowy Mountain, we did the Snowy Mountain. And the mountain pass. You just gotta get to the spider cave. Warning to those with arachnophobia, this is a very, very, very bad place to go if you have arachnophobia. It's called Spider Cave for a reason. It's in the name. But it consists of a lot of just waiting for these little mine carts to just take us around and around and around. Hope everyone who's comes on into the stream or later watches it on my YouTube channel, which is also Daftstarboy, is having a good day, or good night, or good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Oop. And that's all the orbs for a volcanic crater. Look at that. Alright. Starting off strong there. Alright, so if I recall correctly, we gotta take care of these little tapeworm type of termite things for the miners outside of the cave over there mining the jewel, the giant ruby thing. Oh, oh, oh. And to do that, we gotta get to one of these yellow eco vents. There's one down. Gotta get this buddy over here. There we go. Look at that. Oop. I don't know if I can hit them from here or if I actually gotta go to an eco vent closer to them, but we'll give it a whirl. Where are you gonna come out of? Where there? Oh. Yeah, look at that. Almost had him. Oh, there he goes. Oh, look at that. Is there anything below me? There's nothing below me. Oof. I think that leads into the rest of the cave. Want to finish here while I'm here. Oop. Ooh. I thought he'd grab that ledge there. I was wrong. But it seems that these guys drop orbs when you take them out, so you gotta remember to come back by their posts or pillars to pick those up. Oh, do they respawn? No, okay. They did not. Oh, look at that.
Maybe you can shoot better if you aim through your goggles.
What you yapping about, Daxter? Look at that. 2 orbs to go get later. There you go. Oh. Probably come back for those later, after I'm done with the termite worms. So the reason we're down here in the first place is to stop these guys from destroying these support beams that apparently keep the cave from crumbling like a cookie. Uh-oh. Ooh. Look at that. Need to find a way to get up there to that power cell. Ooh. There was no way to save that. Apparently the game wants us to go this way. It's loaded us over here at that checkpoint. Oof. Come on. Let's go. Alright. Oh, how did I miss that? Wow! Oof. I must be getting slower in my age. I say that like I'm 50. Or maybe I just need to relearn patience. Hi there! Lovely to see you guys. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. We got fayewoven and HakuTheWolfSpirit in chat. Lovely to see you guys. Oof. Look at that. Head over to this. Man.
Run away! That crystal's gonna blow!
Oof. Ooh. This part right here is very
Get a crystal to get some light.
very. Ooh, I forgot the name of the game. Crash Bandicoot coded.
Don't let the lights go out.
It's one of the Cortex levels where you had to continue to hit the. I don't recall. It was maybe something electronical to just keep the lights on. Then again, it makes sense because it's very. Because Crash Bandicoot used to be a Naughty Dog IP, the same as Jak and Daxter here. Kidding about the spiders. And that's not even the worst part yet. Wait till we have to get to that one part of the level where we have to really, really get away from the spiders. Safe to say it gets worse. Look at that. Beautiful. Is there anything up there? No. if there's anything up there. I think it was just supposed to be that one crystal I already destroyed. Gotta get that box. So watch, we'll scour the whole level looking for the last couple of orbs, and it'll just be this one hidden box we forgot to grab. I think that clears up this area of the level. Just probably continue on to the rest of it. First time I played this game, had to be way back when I was a kid. I remember my aunt at the time had a couple copies of this game. Actually, I don't know why she just had 2 copies of Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy, and she just let me have one. Spider Cave is such a weird level because it's almost all cycles, pretty much. Shot that one wrong. If anything, probably have to get some yellow eco to open up these boxes. Man. Don't age, guys.
That was the last dark eco crystal.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's try to get out of here without falling back into the dark eco. I was worried. Now we gotta scale this guy. Looks like a giant mosquito. You know, same. Which is crazy because nowadays a lot of people, or a lot of companies, they go for that ultra realistic look when it comes to modern games. And you know, while it's great to show off what modern machines can do, sometimes it's just something like this that just looks so simple yet effective. Half the job was the CRT quality. That too. You know, like, I can imagine them having the same kind of machines that we did. You know, they didn't have, or maybe they did have plasma TVs back in those days, but they had to have looked just like what the things we had at home looked like, with a bunch of CRTs. Uh-oh. Nope. Bad jump. Look at that. Beautiful. Did I miss anything? Nope. Looks like we got it. I don't think this lift's coming down. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Probably have to go all the way around. Yep. See if we can snipe the enemies from over here. Yeah. Oof, let's see if we can trick it. Look at that. Now, will any of these lifts take us up to the 3rd level? Oh, look at that. Nice. Keep on rolling. Oh, speaking of CRTs, it also reminds me of those days where the audio just sounded maybe it wasn't like always high quality or HD or whatever, but it sounded like that nice, nostalgic, crisp sound. Beautiful. Everything back then was just so much more primitive, but there was beauty in the primitive. Beautiful. And that just leaves us one more. What about orbs? The orbs. Alright. Ready for the nasty
I
part.
think we're in a spider's nest here.
Beautiful. Now I am missing some orbs. Which is always a very fun thing to miss those collectibles. Reminds you of Harry Potter. I don't think I missed any orbs in there, did I? Ah, they're over there. If the camera would help me. Okay. How does it remind you of Harry Potter? You'll have to help me here, and maybe not judge me too harshly. I never watched much of the Harry Potter movies aside from the first one. Okay. We're missing one orb. Look at that. Yeah, no, the one thing we wanted to avoid. The one thing that happens. But I don't think it's going to be on this part of the level. If anything, it might be at the part of the level where I killed those termite worms. Where I got rid of the termite worms. It's okay, in one of the movies, Ron go to a giant spider cave. Huh. Oh man, I was hoping they'd be gone, but no, they just come right back. Spiders can be horrible, but I heard that if you just leave them alone, let them do their thing, they'll leave you alone, supposedly. Where could that last orb be? There it is. Look at that. Nice. Now, there's one last thing I have to do, which is somehow get the yellow eco out of this cave. Which is... Let's see if we can do this first try. Oof. Look at that. Beautiful. Very much. Now we play some more of the waiting game. Thank you. See, before we leave this area, don't want to leave anything uncollected. Because we seem to be off by one orb, unless we already traded it away for a power cell. Oh, look at that. We're missing one orb in the tutorial level. In the tutorial level of all places. Probably head back that way and then come back here. How's your guys' night going so far? Oh man, look at all this greenery. It's better on the eyes. I woke up and then watched someone play Jack and Daxter. Yeah, can you imagine? Could never be me, you know what I mean? Never forgetting an orb and Geyser Rock. Man. Thank you for gracing me with your view tonight, though, even though I did forget an orb and Geyser Rock. Seems like that's the theme of today. It's just forgetting the singular orb in places. But no, I think we're pretty well off at this point, though. Oof, look at that. So Kira should be here. Yeah, there she is.
so keep an eye on your gauge. I don't want to think about what those temperatures would do to your zoomer if the shield gives out.
Yeah, the heat. What? The Zoomer? Hey, what about us? Don't you think we could look for a safer route to Gull Citadel?
Look, I've released more cooling balloons into the tube, so you can use them to keep the temperature down. And don't forget to activate the teleport gate in Yellow Sage's lab. We're counting on you.
Alright. So we are gonna have to come back through here, I think. There's a secondary route. I already forgot an orb. Ah. What a way to turn around. I know. It's a skill issue. I got a huge skill issue. Look, there's some more orbs I forgot. Look at that. Now, if I recall, in order to get up there, it's through here. Yeah, there we go. What was that? I think that's just a shortcut, but I could be wrong. Pick up the one orb we missed. Hush. Look at that. All orbs in the lot too.
Shoot the power spheres to open the door. The door's open. Let's get going.
Would you look at that? There's scout flies here. Look at that. Beautiful. And here I was worried we'd have to go back through it. Double beautiful.
Hey, where's old Short, Green, and Wrinkly?
This is terrible. Father is missing. I think Gall and Maya may have kidnapped him as well.
Relax, sweetheart. I got everything under control.
Under control? Lurker armies continue to grow across the land. The sages have been kidnapped. Gall and Maya Maya have gathered enough eco to complete their terrible plan, and to stop them, you're going to have to fight your way through their citadel.
Yeah. That about, sums it up.
You've got to rescue my father before it's too late. And Jack, be careful.
Yeah, we will be.
You know, they did rush the lava tube. They did rush from the lava tube onwards. I think if this was supposed to be the quote-unquote Yellow Sage's hut, which wouldn't really make sense of it being right next to, you know, the Citadel. I think it's, I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, there's mods for it now. I think it's, the Broom, I think is what it's called, which might look into it after we're done here.
It's about time you two decided to show up.
Nice to see you, too. Do they have you mopping the floors now?
There's no time for jokes, Daxter. Gaul and Maya kidnapped us to sap our energies to power their abominable machine. It appears they have combined the functional remains of a precursor robot with scavenged artifacts from across the land.
It just looks like a giant mosquito.
They added a few diabolical additions of their own, creating the one thing capable of opening the dark eco silos. If you can free the four of us, we can use our combined powers to break the force shield surrounding the robot before they use it to destroy the world.
I had a feeling we'd be looking for this thing later. So from here on out, I think it's just a bunch of giant obstacle courses. Oh dear, that's it. Woo. Very Looney Tunes Wile E. Coyote death right there. Look at that.
We got company, Jack. Lots of lurkers. The door's open. Let's get going.
You guys are very, very slippery. Beautiful.
You finally come to rescue me. Do you know how long I've been in here? What took you so long? And, what are your names?
I'm Daxter. He's Jack. He's with me.
Good job, Daxter. You're a real hero. You've got to stop Gaul from launching the robot. I'll use my eco power to help open the shield door.
we go to charge this platform up?
You don't say. Honestly, I'm not too sure. There's moments in the game where it looks like he's gonna talk, and then he just gets interrupted by somebody. Don't. So maybe he's not exactly mute, because he does develop a voice later on, and he kind of does have his own voice, if you know, with all the grunts and the yahs. So I'm not too sure why they don't get him to speak in this game. Maybe it's one of those Legend of Zelda moments where he's supposed to be like a stand-in for the player. Too bad they never made a second Jak game. Yeah, I know, right? This is where the series ended. Naughty Dog. This was our last game. I haven't heard from them since. Uncharted who? Last of Us what? Sarcasm. Oh man. No, there isn't any over there. There is. Hold up. Look at that. Beautiful.
Good work, fellows. Old Samos was right about you. Great piles of precursor metal. That insidious mechanical creation must not be allowed to wreak its terrible havoc. I will try to actuate the shield door by eliciting a conduit of energy between myself and the vast portal below. Yeah. You do that. We'll, just go find more help. Weirdo!
Oop. Thought I could cheese it. Thought I could cheese it again. Patience. Patience is very important. That's funny. I think I know exactly what meme you're talking about. And yeah, the second game shares nothing. Like, it did that thing that games did in the 2000s where they just decided to listen to Linkin Park for a bit too long. I'm not saying there's anything bad with Linkin Park. Linkin Park fucks, but pretty much they added Edgy Jack where he wants to kill somebody in the first however many minutes of speaking that he does. And they gave him a gun. Ooh, not too sure about that one.
Who would have thought I'd live to see the day when I needed to be rescued by a boy and his muskrat? I'm gonna give Doll and Maya a little payback for this embarrassment. And we'll see about cooking up some muskrat stew.
Let's go climb up those platforms.
In a minute. We're missing one more Scoutfly in this level. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. With that, I think we've cleared everything but the final boss.
Good work, boys. You're real heroes now. I'll combine my green eco power with the other three sages, and together we'll open the shield door surrounding the precursor robot.
Yeah, that sounds like a good start. And then after you guys open that shield, what are you gonna do about the robot?
Nothing, Daxter. We have to keep the shield open. It's up to you two to figure out how to destroy the robot.
Oh.
Say what?
Right. I get to help the guy that turned me into a furball destroy the only person who can turn me back.
First, save the world. Then we'll try to convince Gaul to help Daxter.
You're too late, sailors. Once I possess limitless dark eco, I will have the key to creation itself.
This is madness! Releasing that much dark eco will destroy everything we know. Just look what it's done to you.
It has given us a beauty beyond anything you could understand.
Beauty? Have you two looked in the mirror lately?
Just wait until we open the silence, little one. You think short and fuzzy is bad.
And to think, you two traveled all this way for my fools! Enjoy your front row seats to the recreation of the world!
I can't believe her tits are 2 polygons.
Yeah! Take the elevator up and stop that robot!
On the first cutscene of the Citadel place, you can just save and load and skip the entire Citadel for some reason. Aw, but where's the fun in that? You get to play this little obstacle course. I feel like it's better if by some reason I ever do decide to do a speed run, that's a good strat to have saved. So thank you for that one. I wonder why that is, though.
Eco won't protect you now.
72 cell category was beaten. Huh. Very nice. Congratulations to whoever got that record. Oof. That's not very nice.
Finish them off once and for all.
Oof. Oof. That's a close one. Down to the last 2 headphones. Oof. No, siree.
It does exist.
They must not be allowed to get it.
Light eco! That could be the stuff to chain me back! Or it might stop that robot. Stay fuzzy. Save the world. Choices. Okay, fine. We'll save the world. But do it quickly before I change my mind.
We're not gonna take it.
We're not gonna take it. And with that, we're done. GG.
Well, it looks like I may have been too hard on you boys. You do have what it takes to be heroes.
But Daxter, now we can't change you back.
Don't worry about me, baby. You know what they say. Big things come in small packages.
Infinite Fish minigame.
You have an incredible talent for channeling eco.
I assume it does what the name says, but what exactly happens there and what do you have to do to get it?
And ingenuity, none of this would have been possible. Perhaps we've found another sage now that Gaul and Maya are lost. Yes, Gaul and Maya. The Dark Eco probably destroyed them. Probably.
Ah, who cares? Bring 'em on! We can take 'em again, right, Jack? I said, right, Jack? Wow! Put it on ice, big guy.
Oh, look at that. Do you just have to go back to the fisherman and do that, or? Huh. I'm gonna try that out in a second. Don't know if skipping the credits skips the ending cutscene. Does not. Alright. Can't even skip it. You can rush through it though.
Holy yakka! What could that be?
Wow! It's an ancient precursor door. It looks like it will only open if we fill all 100 holes with power cells.
Oh boy, here we go again!
What do you mean, here we go again? I am missing a power cell. Look at that. I did not. I did. Back to the Rock Village we go. Man, just when you think. Thought I was gonna have to tie this in a nice little bow. One beautiful thing about this is that you can see the whole of the game world here, starting all the way back at the Sandover Village. So you can see your whole journey from start to finish. Always made me wonder what's out here in these general directions, but not even Jack 2 expanded on those, unfortunately. Like the portion of Jack 2's map just connects to that one bit that connects to Samos's hut, but other than that, nothing. Oh dear. Oh well. Which one of these is the exit? Why do I get the feeling it's the damn Oracle? Probably did forget to talk to Mr. Gargoyle. Yep, look at them.
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain. Here is another power cell for your quest. For your sacrifice, I offer you a power cell.
My man's needs a cough drop. Stat. Now, what are the odds that coming in here I'll have to just jump off the side and it'll take me to the checkpoint up there? Yep. That's too hopeful. That would have been too easy. Let's see it in one extension category. Again, I imagine nobody really ever does the does those instead of except the speedrunners that have to rush up there, right? And with all the cells combined, I should just be able to approach this door. There you go.
Wow! What is it?
It's so beautiful.
By the
Boom. Real end credits. Now these end credits, actually, I can't even skip them. I think you were telling me that, HakuTheWolfSpirit, about how last time you can't really skip any of Jack 1's cutscenes. Thought they would change that in the open goal, but no, it's still the same. No, look at that. Double credits and back to the title screen. Look at that. And that's pretty much it. That's the end of Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. But we're gonna go see about the little fish minigame. Fun fact, the fisherman is actually Kevin Conroy. If you don't know, Kevin Conroy used to voice Batman in the animated series and in the Arkham games. And Injustice too, if I'm not mistaken. But fortunately, he passed away not too long ago. So Kevin Conroy's just here, eternally laughing at the fishes in his barrel.
Want to try and beat the
Oh.
river, do ya?
Look at that.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
Oof.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
And how many can you miss?
Steady, boy. Looks like you could use a bigger net.
Oof. Oof.
Here comes a big one.
Jesus.
Steady, boy. Missed. Your sails are sagging in the wind, boy.
Oof. Oh, apparently 22. So high score is 3,823. Jesus, I only side glanced at that. I thought it said 323. Oh man. think I could do better than 293. Let's see. We'll do it one more.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy. Here comes a big one.
Ah. Oof. It's like a jump scare if you lose.
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy. Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
Oof. Jeez. That's crazy.
Well, if you want to try for the power cell sometime, you know where to find me.
Yeah, but unfortunately if you catch one of the eels, it's an instant game over because they poison the rest of his catch. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave that. That's Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy done. Not sure as to what I'll play next. Probably Jak 2, maybe. And see what to do from there. Don't really have a clear path on where I want to take the whole streaming thing, but I figured why not start with one of my childhood favorites and see if I do the series from there. I don't know. But yeah, thank you, HakuTheWolfSpirit, fayewoven, for joining me this evening. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.